Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am really glad you're here. Today's date is Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. And in this video, I would like to look at the actions of a very popular politician who may be, we'll ask the cards about it, setting some good examples for leadership for other countries. I'm speaking about the democratically elected and very popular president of El Salvador, named Bukele. And let me go to a Facebook compilation. We'll learn a little bit more about him and El Salvador's location in Central America, and ask the cards for some insights and information about this very popular president. When I say very popular, even outside polls have his citizens giving him an 85 to 90 or even higher percentage of approval rating. It's the highest in any Democratic elected official in the world, much less the Americas. And this gentleman has done a lot to reduce crime in his country, and I think he should be honored, if not celebrated. Let's take a look at this compilation, which is by no means comprehensive, but it'll get you started and let you know where I'm coming from and the information I had on hand as I was thinking about doing a reading about this gentleman. Okay, 1 second. Now, El Salvador was recently in the news because when there was one police law enforcement officer that was killed, he called out troops of over 5,000, numbering over 5,000, to surround the gang members that had done that deed and to squash the crime in its tracks. This gentleman built a super prison in his country because MS-13, El Salvador was the birthplace, as I understand it, of them at the gang MS-13. They were the murder capital of the Americas before President Bukele got on the scene and announced a crackdown. So let's take a look at a little information about him. I first became aware that somebody was doing something about gangs in Central America back in March, or pardon me, when this, I believe it was started. Well, this is dated for today. I believe that, this is from February. Okay, he built a mega prison. Looks pretty nice. It can hold up to 40,000 inmates, but at the time of this story's writing, they had 4,000, all of them gang members, all of them male. And he told them they were not getting out. They were spending the rest of their life there. The prison has 180 beds for every 100 inmates if it's at full capacity. That works for me. They can sleep in shifts. Okay? So that's when I first became aware that he was doing something. There was a major crackdown going on. Now, I'd like to point your attention next to this YouTube Tucker Carlson video interview he had with the gentleman. While the title and the captions are in Spanish, the interview is in English, so don't hesitate to click on it. And while it's Tucker's show, it's an hour of your time, but at any point in here, just go in here and listen for a few minutes. The man is well-spoken, obviously intelligent, passionate about his country, reducing crime, and seems to be a man of faith. I was impressed. So while I normally try to steer you towards sites that are going to be not time intensive, this may be well worth your time if you'd like to know a little bit more about the man. Now, here is something else this gentleman's done. He eliminated all taxes on income, property, and capital gains for technology innovations in his country. No income tax, no property tax. How do you like that? I love it. Okay, and then this was a tweet showing the 1 police officer is killed, and the president of El Salvador sends 5,500 soldiers to surround the gang members. And then this is Citizen Free Press goes on to say, how can you not love this dude? President Bukele is outstanding. So the man deserves a Nobel Prize as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let my biases show here. Now, I don't mean to insult anybody, but some of our viewers are younger. Some people aren't good with geography. I thought you might just like to know where El Salvador is in Central America. North America above here, South America below, here's El Salvador. Unfortunately, it would have been nice if their borders went side, from the East Coast to the West Coast to maybe stop some of the influx we're having. But then since some of our influx is Chinese, so Lord knows only where they're getting offloaded, probably 2 miles south of the border. Anyway, that's where I love that we're a former homicide capital of the world is now leading the way in homicide reduction. That citizens are feeling national pride, they're feeling safer, if not safe, and that he's doing such wonderful things for his company. I think he's kind of setting the tone. Certainly, at least, at the very least, I would appreciate huge crackdowns on gang activities in my own country, and I sure would like to have income tax done away with. That would be nice. So let's see what the universe wants us to know about the person seen in the public eye. And I'm saying that just to be careful. I have no intuitive nudges that this gentleman's a 2.0, okay? But the person seen in the public eye as the very popular president of El Salvador, President Bukele. We'd like to know insights and information about his professional political career, not concerned about his private life, and just insights and information, and we'll see what the cards want us to know about this gentleman. You know those gangs have tons of money. He has to have integrity to have turned down what had to be huge bribes, to look the other way and let the gangs keep doing their thing. Cojones and integrity. What a sexy combination. Okay, here we go. President Bukele, El Salvador, the person seen in the public eyes, yet insights and information about his political and professional life. First card is the Fool. Judgment. He's bringing it. Five of Swords. High Priestess. The Sun. Look at all these major arcanas. We got 4 out of 5 so far. 4 of Wands. And another major arcana, the Chariot. Okay, I will share with you some insights that I'm getting from the cards, my intuitive nudges, and then we'll look at the elements of the cards that led me to that. First of all, this gentleman, he's bringing it. He's bringing it. He's bringing it against crime and against evil, and he's doing an excellent job of it. He's going to be more important than we're seeing right now. He's got a larger role to play in the world than just as president of El Salvador. I say that simply because of all the major arcanas that are showing up here and what they signify. So let's see if we can get some insights about what's going on with him on the political front and professional. Okay, so first of all, he is indicated by the major arcana, the Fool, who steps out in faith in a new direction, and he totally turned his country around from being the murder capital of the Americas, if not the world, to being the poster child for fewest homicides. All right. So he stepped out in faith, and that faith, I believe, he expresses quite nicely in his interviews, where his integrity and his faith is how it's founded. Okay, judgment. He's bringing it, like I said, to the gang members, to those he is totally 110% committed to reducing crime and making his country a safe place for people to enjoy their lives, raise their families. Okay. Recent past, strategic win. He's very, very good at strategy. He knows where he wants to go. He's willing to take the steps it takes. He doesn't have to. He's not seeking this publicity. He doesn't have to court the press, okay, or please anybody. But by the same token, he doesn't have to have a noisy win to have a win. Okay, he doesn't call the press to let them know he's done something. He simply gets it done, and then that gets noticed. Again, some good attributes that leaders all over the world could take notes from. The high priestess shows up here for the current. He has, again, there's some information that's not quite available to us when she shows up, number one, but it's close. And she usually shows up when there is something that is going to be revealed in the near future, something that is we kind of know on an intuitive level, but haven't had announced yet. All right. Moving ahead, looks really, really good for him. We've got two major arcana and then a beautiful card here. The major arcana for his professional political career moving forward is the Sun. Success, love, joy, great outcomes. It doesn't get better than the Sun. And the Chariot, this is kind of I want to say my JFK Jr. card, okay? Shows up when politicians or people in the public eye are making good changes and getting noticed beyond their borders. Okay, so he is definitely caught the eye of the white hats. And this is our moving forward. We're starting with this. This is the main one. Here's the insights about it. Okay, the Four of Wands indicates agreement, and he is beloved by his countrymen, and that is not going to be shaken anytime soon. And he could have a very long and prosperous, I mean, as far as successful, not as in any kind of wealth acquiring effort. He's going to have a very prosperous career and a truly beautiful legacy. That's what I'm seeing so far. Now let's look. Out of 7 cards, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are major arcanas. There's a reason the universe put this man in my sights and said, read on him. Let's get a couple more cards for insights and information about the president of El Salvador. Again, these cards will be looking in the near future and just not quite as powerful, but just insights and information. Queen of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. Okay, Queen of Pentacles is indicating to us that there's going to be some prosperity for his country. They're going to reap benefits for this. That his measures of stopping income tax and property tax are not going to hurt his country in any way. And he is seeing an end of a crime era and ushering in a new era of safety and prosperity and happiness for his countrymen, his citizens, those he represents, and he is truly doing the job of representing them. Okay, let's recap. We looked at a very popular president in Central America, President Bukele, and he has recently been back in the public eye and getting headlines for having a very aggressive and no-nonsense response to having a law enforcement officer killed. He's cracked down on crime in his country, and his approval rating is the best in any democratically elected country in the world. He's done fabulous things for his country, so we asked for insights and information about his professional and political career. Got some really nice confirmation that he has totally turned his country around as far as the direction it's on. His crime crackdown is going to continue and be very successful. He is beloved by his citizens, and that's not going to change. And just based on the fact that there were so very many major arcanas that showed up in this read for him, there were 5 out of the original 7 cards. I think he's going to play a larger role on the world stage, even if he's just showing the rest of them how they should be doing their job and putting their people first and turning down bribes and graft and allowing corruption to flourish. So God bless you, President Bukele. May your wisdom increase and your tenure be very long and successful. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I do value it. Try not to waste it. And let's make manifest that there are more leaders like this that come on the world stage, crack down on crime, make citizen safety and well-being their priority. We don't need a lot of representation out there, but we want it to be this caliber or better, don't we? Until next time, love and light.